Hi, Dave Youngquist, and welcome to Last Cavalry TV. This is Last Cavalry TV's 2016 year in review, and it's been a pretty darn good year here. I've painted dozens and dozens more figures for Britons, and I wanted to mention my favorite product of the year is actually from AK Interactive. It's called the Ultra Matte Varnish. If you're an acrylic painter, I highly recommend this product. It can be brushed on, could be airbrushed. But what I found with brush painting, especially when I'm using Vallejos, which dry just a tiny bit shiny, is I add just a little bit of this into the paint. It acts as a retarder, which is nice, slows blending time, and it will flatten out anything that you're applying it to. The product really works. The other thing I wanted to mention is the Last Cavalry Facebook page, where I do step-by-steps on a pretty regular basis. Because, videos, I try to do maybe one every month or so, but Facebook I can update every day. And I'm currently working on the new Andrea Fallschirmjäger 1/16 resin figure, and you'll see that continue on for the next couple of weeks. Anyways, let's look at what we got finished this year. So the first figure that we're looking at is from Heroes and Villains Miniatures. It's a 1/10 scale pirate bust. I like to do a pirate every year if I can, and this happened to be a really cool sculpt, so I wanted to paint it. And you may recognize it from an earlier video painting leather and cloth effects. Well, this is the completed piece. Primarily painted with Andrea and Vallejo acrylics. He's obviously had a little bit of damage done to him. The Andrea Flesh paint set was the primary colors for the flesh, but I did use a bit of the Vallejo beige red for some of the highlight tones. Here's one from one of our newest companies, FER Miniatures. I wanted to paint a fantasy piece, just kind of, cleanse my palette, try some wild colors. And all the metal armor was painted with ammo of MIG metallic paints, and then all the coloring was actually done with the Andrea ink set. Now the inks are very cool because they can be applied very thinly to create these really, vibrant effects, trying to go for almost like a fish scale look. Face was painted purple just because I just wanted to do something different. And I'm guessing this is about a 1/10 scale bust also. The cape was painted with the Andrea blue paint set. That's fun, just once in a while, try something a little bit different. This also from FER Miniatures, 75mm Joshua Chamberlain at Little Round Top. Again, painted with the Andrea blue paint set. This face, again, was painted with Vallejo and Andrea colors. The flag took an incredible amount of time just to get it right, and I did go for darker tones just to add some more contrast. But the FER miniature casting was just flawless. 5-10 minutes cleanup at most. And 75mm is a really great scale. Not too big, not too small. Paints up very nicely. Here's a shot of the back. And you'll notice the rocks are actual rocks which I painted, and then I added some moss effects, lichen effects, just as the rocks are on Little Round Top. I took some pictures when I was there last and wanted to duplicate that look. this was a fun one. My favorite piece of the year from Young Miniatures, 1/10 scale bust of a German World War I stormtrooper. All you guys know, and girls, that I'm a real big World War I historian. So I'd actually found a poster of All Quiet on the Western Front, reduced it, made that into the plaque for the piece. This is a absolutely gorgeous sculpt. And I did redo the grenade bags. I didn't like the ones as they were sculpted in the kit, so I actually redid them using cheesecloth and putty to get more of the sandbag texture, as that's what they originally were made out of. I added lots of blues and grays to this particular face, as I wanted to depict a soldier who's seen far too much. The 1917 pattern gas mask. There's a little closer view of the reworked grenade bag. A lot of the dirt effects on the face were achieved using Vallejo smoke. Field gray overcoat was actually used, or the paints I actually used was the scale 75 field gray color, mixed with some Andrea and Vallejos. Everything was stippled on to create a wool texture. Again, there has been some earlier videos in the Last Cavalry TV series that'll show that technique, but I used an old brush and stippled the paint on. Here's left side view. You can see his mess kit and the backpack and the shelter quarter. And I see a couple specks of dust. Probably should have dusted them off before I filmed this. Again, they got all the details right on this kit. Except, of course, the grenade bags. There's a close-up of the helmet. The helmet was painted with Vallejo field gray and German or a German light gray, camo black brown to create the chipping effects. Then I washed it with burnt umber and many different types of lighter tan colors. I frankly don't remember what was what. A close-up of the gas mask. Here's the right side view of the figure. He's wearing the 1915 pattern tunic underneath the greatcoat, as you can tell from the dark green collar. And I do believe this is probably my most favorite figure that I have ever painted. This has been Dave Youngquist, Last Cavalry TV. We'll see you in 2017.